The second you say, "Am I being detained during a traffic stop?" most officers shift into a different mode. Within 30 seconds, the officer's demeanor changes, questions get sharper, and suddenly you're standing outside your vehicle while they call for backup. I've analyzed over 200 body cam videos showing this exact pattern. Drivers deploy this phrase at the wrong moment, with the wrong tone, thinking it's a magic phrase that ends the encounter. It's not. And it backfires completely when used incorrectly. I'm going to show you 3 tactical mistakes that turn this phrase into an arrest trigger, then the exact right way to use it, the precise moment to deploy it, and the tone that makes it work so it protects you instead of destroying your position. Here's the fundamental problem most drivers don't understand. When you ask, "Am I being detained at the wrong time?" officers don't hear a legal question. They hear a challenge to their authority. You're already detained the second those lights go on behind you. A traffic stop is a legal detention under Terry versus Ohio. You're not free to drive away. The officer has reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation. So when you ask that question 30 seconds into the stop, before they've even run your license or completed the traffic investigation, you're not clarifying your legal status. You're signaling that you're going to be difficult. And officers respond tactically to that signal every single time. They slow down the entire process. Ask more probing questions. Look harder at everything visible in your vehicle. What you meant as a rights assertion becomes a tactical disadvantage that extends your stop and increases your risk of additional charges. Tactic number 1 is the wrong timing trap. Most drivers ask, "Am I being detained?" within the first 2 minutes. Officer approaches, asks for documents. You immediately deploy the question. Officer says, "Can I see your license?" You respond, "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" Officer pauses, looks at you differently. You've created tension before the stop begins. They haven't run your information, haven't completed the traffic purpose, so they shift tactics. Instead of quick citation, they take their time. Ask where you're coming from, where you're headed. Do you have anything illegal? Have you been drinking? Every question extends the stop, looking for probable cause. Your premature question bought you 15 extra minutes of interrogation. You are detained during every traffic stop. Asking before the stop's purpose complete signals you're adversarial, your countermove. Wait, stay silent except for documents. Let them complete the stop first. Tactic number 2 is the attitude problem. It's how you ask the question. Drivers use this phrase with aggressive edge, frustration, or sarcasm. That tone is tactical suicide. Wrong delivery. Officer asks a question, you snap back, "So am I being detained or what?" Tone is confrontational. Officer interprets this as hostility. Under Pennsylvania versus Mims, they can order you out for safety concerns. Now you're on the roadside getting patted down, and your aggressive delivery escalated a routine stop. Right delivery is different. After officer returns documents and citation, you ask calmly, "Officer, am I free to go now?" Tone is respectful, hands visible, not challenging authority. This forces them to release you or articulate reasonable suspicion on record. That's tactical advantage. Calm and firm beats aggressive every time. Tactic number 3 is the missing foundation. You can't ask, "Am I being detained?" in isolation. Most drivers skip critical steps, don't provide documents properly, don't stay silent during questioning, don't wait for the stop's completion. Without foundation, the question has no power. You refuse to answer questions rudely. Don't hand over license correctly. Create friction at every step. Then ask, "Am I being detained?" expecting it to end the stop. Officers simply say, "Yes, you're detained for the traffic violation, and we're not done yet." Your question accomplished nothing. The tactical building blocks. Comply with documents immediately and respectfully. When asked questions beyond identification, invoke your right to remain silent clearly and calmly. Let them complete their traffic violation investigation. Only after they've finished the original purpose do you ask if you're free to leave. That sequence creates protection. Now the right way, the exact moment to deploy this. After the officer returns your documents and hands you citation warning or tells you you're clear. That's the transition point. Stop's purpose is complete. Under Rodriguez versus United States, they cannot extend the stop beyond what's necessary without reasonable suspicion of another crime. This is your moment. Officer, am I free to go now? If yes, leave immediately. Thank them politely and depart. If no, ask the follow-up. Officer, am I being detained? And if so, what is the reasonable suspicion? Now the question has power because timing is correct. Officer must release you or articulate specific facts. Most will release you because they have nothing. Those who don't must create a record of justification protecting you if detention becomes unlawful. Timing makes all the difference. Here's the right delivery. Don't ask, am I being detained? Ask, am I free to go now? Different phrasing, better tactical outcome. After receiving documents, say clearly, officer, am I free to go now? Tone is respectful, not challenging. If they say you're not free to go, escalate appropriately. Officer, am I being detained? If so, may I ask what reasonable suspicion you have? This forces them to articulate justification on camera. Your recording plus their body cam capture this. If they can't provide reasonable suspicion, continued detention becomes unlawful seizure, destroying evidence found afterward. This delivery protects you because it's calm, sequential, and creates clear record of when and why detention was extended. Officers respect professional approach, and it boxes them legally if they exceed authority. Complete counter-move sequence. Lights go on, pull over safely, engine off, dome light on if dark, hands at 10 and 2. Wait for officer. Window cracked 2 to 3 inches. When they ask for documents, hand through the gap. License, registration, insurance. If they ask where you're going, respond, I'm invoking my right to remain silent, officer. If they ask to search, I do not consent to searches. Stay calm and silent. When they return documents and citation, your move. Officer, am I free to go now? If yes, leave. If no, officer, am I being detained? If so, what is the reasonable suspicion? Then silence. Do not answer questions. Do not consent to searches. Do not exit unless ordered. This sequence protects you because you've complied with lawful requirements, invoked rights clearly, and forced them to justify any extension on record. Here's the field rule that wins every traffic stop. The phrase, am I being detained, is not a magic spell. It's a tactical tool that only works when deployed at the right moment with the right delivery after you've established the right foundation. Used correctly, it ends stops and protects your rights. Used incorrectly, it extends detention and creates probable cause. The 4 counter moves you must know. Am I free to go? I'm invoking my right to remain silent. I want to speak with an attorney. I do not consent to searches. Right now, practice saying these phrases out loud 3 times each. Get comfortable with the calm, firm, respectful tone. Lock in the sequence. Documents first. Silence during questions. Wait for them to complete the stop. Then ask if you're free to go. That's how you control the encounter. This is tactical education only, not legal advice. Always consult with a qualified attorney in your state for your specific situation. If you found this tactical breakdown valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss critical traffic stop intelligence. Now you've got the counter moves for this critical phrase. But there are other tactical errors drivers make that destroy their position even faster. The next video shows you exactly what those mistakes are and how to avoid them. It's on screen right now. Watch it so you're fully prepared when it counts. Control the interaction. Control the outcome.